Hey everybody, it's Teresa, Stringfield Ridge Farm. Lee went down in the woods and found me some mushrooms. Now he has gotten some of the dryad saddle mushrooms out of there recently, and I dehydrated some of those, and now it's time for morels. We are just starting to get morels. Some people were already getting them. They are early spring, but for some reason on our little hill, our little bluff back here behind our house is always a little bit behind. So he went down and found all these nice looking morels. There's actually a whole bowl of them, but some of them are small. Most of them are pretty small. Those are the biggest ones. I guess that's the biggest one there in the middle. And so we are going to fry these up tonight. Lee doesn't eat them. He may try one or two, but he doesn't usually eat mushrooms much. So we're going to fry these up tonight with some pork chops. And on our pork chops, we are going to use some of Miss Lippy's Bayou Blend, Pork and Good. And that's just one of Miss Lippy's blends. She has two more. She has the chicken, Clucking Good, and she has the swamp mix. All right, there's my mushrooms. I'm gonna put a little swamp mix in there. We're just gonna sprinkle some of that on, put the lid on that, and shake it around real good. Then we're gonna take these pork chops. Lee has them soaking in some salt and pepper, but I'm gonna take them out and lay them on a plate and sprinkle some Pork and Good on there. We'll let you know how this goes. All right, here we go. We're fixing to get these pork chops doctored up with the Pork and Good. And I'm just going to sprinkle some on each side. Whoop. We'll save that for the other side. All right, I'm going to smear that in there good. Get some on the other side. It's hard to do with one hand, but you get the idea here. All right. Yeah, flop it back and forth. There we go. Flop it back and forth. That's how you do it. You flop it back and forth on there real good.
Is that how you do the swamp mix?
No. That's not how I done the swamp mix, but that's how we're doing this because I can't do it with one hand. If you would help, I could have done this better. Anyway, here we go. There's two of them doctored up. Doctored up good. There we go. All right, I'm getting my oil going. That is coconut oil. And fixing to get this going with my, I put flour. I had seasoned with swamp mix on my mushrooms, and then I floured them, put a lid on them, and shook them up. And I guess this is a good time to show my new stove. We went for 2 years with the setup that we had was the hot plates and our toaster oven. Now, the reason we done that is because a couple of years ago, our oven went out. And one of the eyes on our stove was out, and then the oven went out. And we were going to get a new one. And a new one was going to cost at least $400. And you couldn't get the old kind like this without the buttons in the middle or the glass top. You can't hardly get those anymore like this. You got the glass top, and you got the new ones have a little button in the middle that makes it hard to can on. So I wouldn't get one. I said, we don't use it that much. Let's just get a toaster oven and a couple of eyes. And we had done that. If you've seen any of my other videos, you've seen that we have gotten by with that for 2 years now, and it worked fine for us. We cook outside a lot, we grill a lot, so that worked fine for us. But there was occasion, certain things that didn't go as well with 2 eyes and a toaster oven, especially like holidays, you know. So I have been looking on the marketplace, on Facebook Marketplace, and seeing the older model stoves again. But I wouldn't get one from any place that looked like the house might be nasty. That's just the plain honest truth. If the house behind the stove looked nasty, I wasn't buying it. So, and I would often scan in the background looking at their house to see if I really wanted to buy a stove from them. And they were, you know, usually not real good looking stoves anyway. You know how it gets, you know, it's burned around here and stuff like that. And this one looks new to me. This one looks practically brand new. The oven, we got this for $200 on Marketplace. The oven looks nice and clean. The drawer down in the bottom is nice and clean. I haven't even put anything in there yet. Time to put pots and pans down there. That's what I use it for. Hadn't even put nothing down there yet. But anyway, it's nice looking Admiral plain Jane stove I got for $200. And so that's what we're doing again. We have a stove again. So if you haven't ever fried mushrooms, you just do it just like you're frying chicken. And some people batter. I just use flour. But some people batter with tempura. I'm not a cook. Tempura stuff. Or, you know, thick battery type stuff. Or dip them in, you know, eggs and milk and flour them and all. No, I just flour them. Just as good to me. Got to keep an eye on them. They are frying up nicely. Now, some of those bigger chunks there are, some of those bigger chunks like that are the dried saddle mushroom. I just cut it up a little bit and throwed it in there too. So, looking good. Look at that, getting golden brown and crispy. That's how I like them. Golden brown and crispy. Whoop. All right, about time to pull them out and get that one done. A couple of those drieds are a little thicker, so I'm going to start trying to scoop the morels out first. I just dip them out with a slotted spoon over to my paper towels, just like French fries. There we go, more like French fries. Now these last couple of pieces here are more dried saddles, so I'm going to let them be sure they're done in the middle there. All right, I'm going to go ahead and taste test, y'all. I have to taste one of these mushrooms because I love some mushrooms. So we're going to go ahead and pick up one of these. I'll start with a little small one. Oh, that's just right. The seasoning is just right on that. There is something in that seasoning, something just right with mushrooms. That's good. So good. This was swamp mix, y'all. This was the swamp mix. I'm going to try one of these dried saddles. Ooh, ooh. Y'all got to get some swamp mix and try it on other things. Seafood, mushrooms, all kinds of stuff. All right, here we go with the pork chops. There's my pork and good on there. I'm going to flour mine, but Lee's not. Lee's going to leave his and just fry his, pan fry it in butter. I'm going to flour mine and fry it in my coconut oil. So we'll have it 2 different ways. Okay, there's my plate. Yes, I have a lot of fried food tonight. Oh well. Yes, I have fried mushrooms and a fried pork chop. My fried mushrooms are swamp mix. My fried pork chop is pork and good. So here we go. Let's try this out. All right, I had to cut it up. So here we go. We're going to taste test Lippy's pork and good. Here we go. Mmm. Mmm. That's some good stuff. Good stuff right there. Woo! All right, so here's Lee's. He's fixing it. You ain't even tasted it yet, fool. But he has ruined his with gravy.
No, I didn't. Brown gravy make everything better, baby.
Gosh.
That's what it is, brown gravy.
Can you eat? He probably can't even taste the spices because he smothered it in brown gravy.
No.
Gosh.
Come off my potatoes.
Whatever. Jeez.
I like brown gravy.
Lippy, he's messed up your spices with brown gravy.
I still taste them gremlin spices.